Thank you, Mr. President. Does the senator yield?
Absolutely.
Senator, in your scenario, what if the shopkeeper identifies the wrong person and you're in plain clothes and I don't know you from a can of paint and you point at me and I decide to take off and you chase me? Under that example, I'm not the person that did it, but I don't know you and you look at me, and if you look at me right now, I might run.
That's right.
Would you then be immune from my injury even if I wasn't the right suspect?
That would be the judge's determination to make that. If you were injured in that, I was indicted by the grand jury, and then my attorney pled either under 17 or 16 that I had qualified immunity, then the judge looks at it. And the judge says, first of all, and we're hypothetical, my hypothetical to yours, the judge looks at it and says, you know what? The shopkeeper identified the wrong person. That is not Officer Robertson's fault. But did Officer Robertson identify himself? Should the injured party have reasonably realized that that was a law enforcement officer? And he could look at that and say, absolutely not. Thereby, I would not have qualified immunity. I would go to trial, and it would be up to the jury or bench trial as to whether I was guilty of the injury or not, whether it be criminal or civil.
And final question, Senator.
I continue to yield.
If you yield. Senator, is it not true that body-worn cameras are not in statute in this state? Not every agency or officer, both in uniform or plain clothes, has to wear body-worn cameras, so it would be hard for that individual to refute your testimony about you identifying yourself if there's not a body-worn camera to refute such evidence?
I worked in an agency where we required body-worn cameras, and so in my situation there would be. And then I think many cases have been solved. A case of unnecessary force in South Carolina on other types of cameras, security cameras and other of that nature, but it always works that way. But what we're not trying to do here is we're not trying to refute the actions. What we're trying to do is offer an opportunity for the judge to consider the defense. And if the judge feels there's not enough evidence to support my side of the story, then he allows the case to move forward, whether it be criminal or civil. Thank you for those questions. And with that, Mr. President, I yield the well.
Senator has yielded.